Yeah, we'll start our webinar and good morning and welcome to all ladies and gentlemen to the webinar of conducted by Dynalog and Moxa. Embrace the next level network versatility. So we'll start with a short intro of Dynalog and we'll proceed with the entire webinar with the network level versatility. Starting from the company's overview, Dynalog founded in 1983, and we are the leading supplier of industrial automation product solution and ruggedized electronic system to the various industry vertical-based markets across the defense sector. We are one of the top three providers of industrial automation and networking products in India. We provide a full spectrum of quality product of industrial networking, computing, and automation that forms a entire wide range of product, which includes multiple vertical market like factory automation, smart rail, smart grid, intelligent transport, smart city, oil and gas, and marine. We also have been few quality management certificate has been qualified, which is technically equivalent to EN 9100 standard. So under Dynalog, we have two strategic business unit. The first one is Industrial Automation Group. So we are more than 25 plus years of experience in the offering of industrial automation and networking product. Solutions like offering industrial computers and with HMI panel PC with handheld device and followed by industrial KVMs. Then we have entire networking solutions like industrial grade Ethernet switches, certain media converters, remote IO, data acquisition solutions, a lot of serial converters, industrial serial devices, servers, as well as protocol gateways. Then we have under wireless, we have solution followed by GSM, GPRS, as well as Wi-Fi. Then also we have an IoT-based gateways along with an embedded system. So it forms an entire solution offering under Industrial Automation Group. We also carry few multiple OEMs like Moxa, Advantech, Winmed, Invand, and Neosys. This was about our industrial automation group. The next group and the strategic business unit which we have is Defense Electronics Group. Under this group, we serve.
नेटवर्किंग स्विच के बारे में बता दो थोड़ा. अभी जस्ट चालू हुआ 11 बजे.
So under Defense Electronics Group, so we generally we are serving for an Indian defense segments for the requirement and which we make an entire 100% make in India design development product, and which is generally supplied for ruggedized military based applications to the end customers like Indian PSUs, DRDO labs, and which deals in the applications like ground and airborne applications. So generally the typical based.
Mr. Pritham, you're on mute. We are not able to hear.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. So Dynalog. So introduction of a Dynalog. We are founded in 1983 and leader leading supplier of industrial automation product solutions, along with the ruggedized electronic system. We are one of the top 3 providers of industrial automation and networking products in India. So Dynalog provides a full spectrum of quality product which serves for industrial networking and computing and automation, which has been supplied in multiple vertical markets like factory automation, smart rail, smart city, oil and gas, marine, intelligent transport. So few Dynalog quality management certificate, ISO 9001, and which is equivalent to EN 9100 standards. So in Dynalog, we have 2 strategic business units. The first one is Industrial Automation Group, where this group is have experience of 25 plus years of experience in offering industrial automation and networking product solutions like industrial computer, industrial HMI and panel PC, then handheld device as well as industrial PDAs, and followed by industrial KVMs. Then we have industrial Ethernet network switches and a few media converters, remote IOs, data acquisition solution, and some serial to Ethernet converters and industrial serials device server. Then under wireless, we have GSM, GPRS based as well as Wi-Fi based solution, and few IoT based gateways and an embedded system. So we also represent few OEMs in India like Moxa, Advantech, Winmet, Inand, Robustel, and Neosys. The another strategic business unit is a Defense Electronics Group. So under this group, we are serving to Indian defense from last 30-35 years, and the product which has been designed is 100% make in India product, and we designed and develop the ruggedized military based products and can regularly be supplied to Indian PSUs and DRDOs as an end customer, and the product which will be generally is used into ground based and airborne based applications. So what are the products like we develop, like the Fuse ruggedized data acquisition control, data acquisition cards and control system. Then we have operator post control system and remotely operated vehicle, that is an ROV. So it's an entire ruggedized products and 100% making design India product, which we serve to an Indian government. Then we have a presence in India, and we have in the northern side we have office in New Delhi. Then in the western region we have office in Ahmedabad. In Mumbai is our head office, corporate office, and Pune is again office in the west part. In the southern region we have Hyderabad and Bangalore, and Chennai is operated from our Bangalore team. So entire office have dedicated sales and dedicated support team for which helps our customers to support in terms of pre-sales and post-sales. So Moxa distributor certificate. So we represent Moxa in India. This is an authorized distributor certificate of Moxa. So all India customer support and services, as I had shared in all branch level, we have dedicated technical support team. So and also we are also part of RMA center in Mumbai. So this is an authorized. We are the Moxa is the only authorized center of RMA in India. So we do first level of RMA activity in Mumbai instead of sending devices to headquarters in Taiwan. So for the detailed webinar will be conducted by our Moxa team. The topic is embrace the next level network versatility using the future-proof and modular switches. The agenda is modular switches and some applications and some live demonstration from Moxa team, and will be conducted by Mr. Sandeep, who is a product manager and having 15 years of experience in Moxa. And the live demo will be conducted by Mr. Abhay Raj, who looks after for technical activities in Moxa. So over to you, Sandeep.
Hey, thanks, Preetham. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining into this webinar being hosted jointly with Dynalog. And I'm Sandeep Prabhakar. I handle the product marketing at Moxa. And so today in the next 40-45 minutes, me and my colleague Abhay are going to take you through one of the, I would say, most beautifully designed product. And we do, in fact, have one of the, the Red Dot Design Awards as well for 2020 in the category of product design. right? So this is the main focus of today's webinar. We are going to talk about the switch. We'll talk about the applications or the probable applications that is being targeted towards, and it's a very ultra compact switch with multiple user interfaces, and it's a modular switch. So we'll talk about that, and finally my colleague Abhay is going to demonstrate the features of the switch, a few features of course, as well as the demo of our network management software, that is MXView. And so these are my coordinates. So in case anybody wants to get in touch with me, you can do so either on my mobile number or my email ID. As indicated by Preetham, this is going to be the agenda, and we'll try and cover as much as possible. We'll try also have a session for question and answers. So in case you have any questions, feel free to probably write it out in the chat box, and as and when possible, we'll try and answer, or we'll try and answer it at the end of the session. Let's talk about Moxa. We are a 30+ year experience company in industrial automation, and what we do is we enable connectivity for the industrial transformation. Right, so we are one of the leading providers of edge connectivity, computing, industrial computing solutions, and network infrastructure. So we have a proven record of more than 30+ years in automation, and we have connected a lot of devices. I'll not bore you through the complete introduction of Moxa, but what I would talk about is where we are headquartered. Right, so we are headquartered at Taiwan in Taipei. And we have offices in India and 11 other countries across the globe. And the main go-to-market for Moxa is through channel partners and distributors, and Analog being one of them across the globe in India. And about 1,300 people, 35 to 40% of our strength is in R&D, right? So that's where Moxa is. So we, as I said, we enable connectivity for the critical environments. You can either take railways in the Nordic area from Arctic Circle, where the temperatures are in minus, to the equator, where you might have an oil and gas rig or offshore rig, or the exploration facility in Saudi Arabia, where temperatures are as high as 50 to 60 degrees. So we do provide the complete connectivity solutions. And the main applications that Moxa focuses on is railways. And that's why you can see that we have a certification for EN 50155, and of course IRIS certification for product obsolescence and the product quality for rail. Then we do have a presence in factory automation, power, of course. So we have the IEC 61850 certification for power. Then we have transportation. The NEMA TS2 generally used in transportation. Oil and gas, you have ATEX or EX certification. And finally, marine, we are also having products which are DNV-GL certified. So if you look at all these applications, the main applications, most of them are mission critical industrial applications, and Moxa provides the connectivity for all these. So where exactly does Moxa play a role is, if you look at the edge tier, you have smart legacy devices, the components, sensors, actuators, and all these. So, and there are a lot of applications on the IIoT or the cloud infrastructure or your enterprise application. So we provide the connectivity, and we are in the middle, right in the middle in the sandwich space. So there are three we can say, product lines that Moxa has. One is the industrial network infrastructure, that is your industrial grade Ethernet switches, routers, access points. Then we have the edge connectivity. Moxa is known for serial to Ethernet converters, or IO devices, or protocol converters like Modbus, Profibus, and all those industrial grade converters. And then finally, we have the industrial computing platform, where we do provide both x86 and ARM-based processors, right? And it's a whole computing platform. It allows the end user to develop applications onto it, and then port it onto it, and finally send it out to the cloud-based infrastructure. Now, IIoT is like the buzzword, right? Everybody's trying to work on these sort of applications. So Moxa is very well placed, again, in the connectivity space. We do have a lot of global awards and recognition, and one of the most important one in that is the Red Dot Design Award, which is given for the control engineering, mainly to do with the product design or the new products which are coming out. And the product, as I told today, MDSG 4000 is one of the winner for that. Right. So if you look at how, and why we started to look into this particular market segment, right? The market megatrend is going towards big bandwidth applications, right? So there are more HD, ultra HD IP surveillances which are being implemented for safety and efficiency, and there's a huge growth rate of close to 14% CAGR from the last I would say 2 to 3 years till about 2024. So if you take a period of about close to 10 years, there's huge growth in terms of this market, right? Number one. And number two, what is also happening is that the more and more the surveillance is being implemented to achieve the safety and efficiency, you need to ensure that you need to have a specific product for that. So these are all uh, the the data that is being churned out. 350 exabytes of data is being churned out every month, and these need very high bandwidth high bandwidth sort of products to be available. Now, what has also happened is that during this particular surveillance, there are a lot of challenges, right? The traffic over 680 Mbps is going to be there if you have just 20 cameras in the ring, right? And imagine city surveillance, or imagine a power plant with hundreds and hundreds of cameras. So you will have a lot of high bandwidth. There's going to be a burst in traffic, and there needs to be a little bit of a bandwidth buffer also to handle these sort of applications, right? So that is one of the reasons why we thought, okay, let's look at a product which can serve these sort of purposes. So what are all the applications that we were looking at? One is the automatic fare collection, AFC, right? The e-gates, the automatic gates, and the electronic toll collection, right? So even if you look at the conditions in India, all of these are already implemented, right? You have AFCs in metros, you have e-gates, then in a lot of these huge buildings. Then of course everybody is aware of our electronic toll collection system, which has been sort of mandatory right now on all the highways, right? So what has happened is that if you look at the Ethernet ports by the highest speed, right, you could see that there is a lot of increase with the gigabit and more gigabit plus devices, and so these are capturing a lot of the market share, right? And that's why we thought it is better to look at how do we embrace the next level of network versatility, and how do we come up with a new product. So this is the new one which we have come out with, and this is called our MDSG 4000 series. So this has about two or three different options, starting with 4 port 28 ports, right? And four main that I have to address here. First one is in terms of the number of port options which are available. As I told, 4 to 28 ports. It's got a rugged design for high reliability. Then it's got a very easy installation sort of mechanism where it is having very sort of a slidable mounting. I'll do that later. And of course, maintenance cost also how it is all right. So this is how the product product appears, right? And if you look at this, this is the overall look of the product, where we have the main power module, and where we have the management module, where you will be able to manage or get into the switch and then do your firmware upgrades and downgrades and stuff like that. And finally, this also has the different options for either RJ45 gigabit or 4G PoE, or the SFP port. So depending upon the application, you will be able to swap in or swap out the different modules that are available. So these are all hot swappable modules, and the power budget goes up to 720 watts. So 24 port into 30 watts, that is the maximum PoE plus capability which is available. And the applications can be varied. It can go from your power to oil and gas to railway to city surveillance or ITS applications. So a lot of applications. The reason for that is this particular device is either certified or is applicable for all these, and it works from -40 to 75 degrees. So it's got a very, very wide temperature of temperature rating. And as I was talking about, so the same you can buy the switch, which is MDS G4012, and it's got the option to increase from 4 port to 12 ports with these 3 modules. Similarly, 4 to 20 ports and 4 to 28 ports. Right. So with one SKU or stock keeping unit, you will be able to switch between these different port configuration. So with the different network design, that is also going to be possible, and these are all the modules which are available for these switches. And one module, the same module, can be used in either a 24 port switch, or we can look at a 4 port switch, right? So, and both high voltage and low voltage options are available. So you can basically mix and match the modules. Like, say, for example, today you bought a 12 port switch, and tomorrow you are going to buy a 28 one. You can easily change those modules in between, or you might have different SKUs or different devices in your network. You can basically mix and match as to what is happening over there, right? And there is also flexibility in terms of media types, right? You can have all these different interfaces, that is your either PoE or fiber or the standard RJ45 port, right? So why PoE, right? Because again, if you look at the ARC market analysis report, this particular ARC or IHS exclusively focuses on industrial grade equipments, right? So, and Moxa falls into that category. We are in the top 5 in industrial grade, switching equipments. And if you look at the total CAGR is about 10% until 2023. So that's the rate at which this particular market is growing, and that's one of the reasons why we thought it is better to have and invest in a product and technology is going to be a foolproof or future-proof going further. So we also have the high PoE functionality, that is until 30 watts per port into the maximum 36 watts per port is also going to be possible. And so to have a better thermal balance and MPF, so typically what we have done is we have included something called as a load sharing, which allows the power supplies to remain activated simultaneously and share the power load. So, this is again a summary as to what all the options that I talked about in my previous slides. Coming to the rugged design, right? So if you look at the right-hand side, the maximum Gs, okay, or the gravitational force in a F-16 is about 9 Gs, right? But what we have done is we have taken this particular equipment up vibration of 2 G, shock response of 30 Gs, right, and a bump of 10 G. So basically, this is an extremely reliable anti-shock or rather shock-proof or anti-shock equipment, and this can be used in very wide variety of applications. This is a small animation as to how we have come up with the modularized design and a unified design, right? So you can just have a look at it here. So that's the back plane, and that's the management module, the main module, and finally the power module, right? So this is how the switch is assembled, and this is how the switch looks like going further, right? So coming to the easy installation part of it, this particular switch can be either DIN rail mounted or wall mounted or rack mounted. All three options are available, and we have some specific kits for installation on the rack mount and the wall mount. And with DIN rail, it is so easy. You do not need any tool. You can just use a finger and then pull down the release button here, and then you will be able to release it. Typically, you will need to have a screwdriver or something like that. That is not required. And the easy installation of module as well. There are screw terminals here. You just need to unscrew that and then push it so that it's held onto it when the screw is inserted, and then when you pull it out, it will come out pretty easily as well. So it is a tool-free installation is what I want to talk about here, right? And typically what happens is, if you look at this is the size of the cabinet, right? Generally what system integrators or anybody says is that we have very less space in our cabinet. So how do we fit more? Okay, so this is a typical example of a rack mount switch, and generally it kind of comes outside the cabinet, the standard sizes of the cabinet. So how do we handle that, right? So what we did is we thought of, we did do a bit of market survey, and we found out that the need of the market is smaller widths and depths and ultra compact size. This is where the MDS G4000 provides its value. So you can see that this particular switch can it is probably half the size of the standard rack mount switch, and close to 33% of space is saved in the cabinet, right? So you can have more devices in your cabinet, and you can probably install the power supply and give it a better cooling mechanism than installing a sort of a rack mount switch, right? And this is how typically the enclosures are. So you will be able to save cost on the enclosure, put more devices in the enclosure. Okay, so these are some of the advantages that you are going to have with this particular switch, right? And yeah, so the fourth I would say USP of this particular thing is a low maintenance cost. See, typically what happens is the mean time to repair is where there are multiple errors which are possible, right? So how do you reduce the mean time to repair, right? So there are two isolated power supplies for high availability so that it continues the operation, and these are real redundant power supplies. These are not power inputs, so you can still keep powering up this device using two different power sources. Okay, and so this is the inside of the particular switch. So generally what happens is if you need to do an RMA, you need to send out the whole switch, right? And there's a huge cost of shipping and stuff like that. So with this modular switch, what happens is if we find out that the issues with a specific module, you can only ship the module back, and only that module can be replaced as well, right? So if your engineer goes to the site, he can carry 2 or 3 different modules in terms of power or the different I-45 or SFP modules. Only those modules can be easily swapped, and the switch can be made up in lesser time than anticipated. Okay, and another thing over here is that typically what happens during the power outage. Okay, if you are doing a firmware upgrade, imagine that there's a power outage, right? So to avoid this, and during that time, what happens is they will say, okay, please ensure that the power does not power to the switch is maintained when you are doing the firmware upgrade. If it is interrupted in between, there's a chance that the firmware gets corrupted. So we have developed our firmware in such a way that even though when the upgrade is happening and there is a power outage, the switch does not get affected, right? You just need to reboot the device and it will roll back to the original firmware version which was there, and you can go ahead and do your regular upgrade at a later stage. So 4 things that I want to talk about, right? Flexible, advantage is flexible, rugged, and easy. We have termed it as free. Of course, I mean, it's a very catchy term. The flexible is flexible mounting, multi interface and port options. It's got a very, very rugged frame that I talked about earlier. Then it's got an easily deployment mechanism. And of course, the maintenance is also going to be easier. So there are a couple of additional challenges, right, in fixed switches, while what you need is a modular switch, okay? And these challenges are multiple modules are there, right? So if there are different switches and there are different modules. So one of the things that could be eliminated over here is that we have 2 series of switches, the PT G series and the MDS G4000. One is a rack mount switch and one is a modular DIN rail switch. So the advantage of this is that you will be able to use the same modules in both the switches. So this is like a added advantage or an additional ease of use that we wanted to talk about here. And the same modules can be used for different applications, be it RJ45 for your standard TX and RX, or your SFP. So this also provides or ensures that the spares are also going to be an easy way to maintain and monitor. Only gigabit, but we also have the standard 10/100 Mbps options as well in both PoE and non-PoE. So there's a coming to the web interface, or how does the switch look like? Of course, Abhay is going to show you a small demo of how our switch is, and it is going to be a live demo. So we will connect to one of the switches which is located in our lab, and we will show you the web interface of that as well. This particular interface is based on the latest HTML5, and the user interface or the user experience, the UX as we call it, is consistent across these different platforms. Right on the right hand side, you can see a small snapshot. So this is what we are going to show you at a later stage when Abhay talks about it. And you will be able to see CPU utilization. You will be able to see what is the memory which is being used up, and how is the usage history, and so all those can also be found out. And to keep the UX consistent across different platforms, whether you use it in a tab or a mobile or a laptop computer, it is going to look the same. So the use and feel is going to be very, very easy. And it also follows the 62443-4-2 cybersecurity guidelines. And this is again a very, very important aspect of the security aspect is very important, because these switches are the interfaces between the IT and the OT, right? And the IT guys are always on the edge, where they say, I do not know if my switch or if the device in the network is secure enough, right? So this follows the industrial cybersecurity guidelines, and this is how it is, right? Web UI. These are all some of the features which are there. We also have the command line interface, and the MIB file is also being provided, so that you can install. I mean, you can open the device in a network monitoring software. So now I'll show you a few snapshots of our web interface. So this is how it looks like when you go inside. You have something called as a smart search tool to search certain functions of the menu, and on the left-hand side, you can have the tree sort of architecture, right? So this is how typically when you open your laptop, you have an Explorer page. On the left-hand side, you have your complete tree, and on the right-hand side, you have the data of that. So this is how it looks like. And when you search something, it'll automatically come up and then take you to that particular page. So you don't have to think as to where or how I can go to a specific option. Like say you want to configure a PoE, just search PoE over here, and then it'll come up. You search turbo ring or turbo chain, automatically it's going to come up, right? So this is one of the other added advantages. And what we have also done is there's a tool to store the status and export the file into either CSV or PDF. So these you can download them as reports. This is the device summary dashboard for smart operation, and Abhay is going to show it live, so I'll not spend too much time on this. Different reports, different summary. And most importantly, right, this is something which the customer is going to be looking at. How, if I go into my device, how can I see the status of my switch, right? Here you can see that this is the device, or this is a switch which has 12 ports, and one of the ports is connected over here. So it is literally a visualization of the switch itself, and this we call it as a panel view, and you can see it over here. Okay, this is how it looks like, and the same thing is also going to be shown by in the demo. There are two modes. The standard mode, if you want to have a simpler feature, and then the advanced mode. This is for a admin sort of a mode where he will be able to change to an admin and then do a lot of other adjust a lot of other settings. Okay, so now coming to the application, right? Who needs a switch? Who needs this particular switch? CCTV applications. It's got applications in mining, oil and gas. It's got applications in all industries where easy maintenance is extremely important. Now coming to applications, so ITS. What is the key demand in ITS? Right, the key demand in ITS is the long distance connection, ultra HD IP surveillance with gigabit PoE requirement, because a lot of these Wi-Fi APs as well as the cameras are coming out with gigabit nowadays, and the requirement is for compact size to fit the small enclosure that I spoke about earlier. And yeah, so this can be either installed for a tunnel monitoring system or a highway monitoring system, or for your surveillance, city surveillance sort of applications in the intelligent transportation system. This is a typical example where you will have the cameras, and the cameras are going to be monitoring either the license plate or the registration plate, and these can be either PTZ cameras or dome cameras or bullet cameras or any sort of cameras which have the PoE port. And this can also be used to drive these displays, right? Sometimes they'll say, okay, there is an accident which has happened probably 2 or 3 kilometers down the road, so that information can be passed on here. So these are different applications, and the switch is typically used in one of these cabinets which are installed right next to the highway. Mining, this is also one of the possible applications where you'll need long distance communication or connection between the underground mine and the main control center, which is located in the ground level, right? So these are some of the applications. This is how typically it is going to be, where you will have a huge amount of data coming in from these, and there might be different levels, and at each of these different levels you might have one switch, and that switch finally needs to talk to somebody, a server here at the ground level, right? So this is where the gigabit fiber, and we are also going to come up with a 10 gigabit uplink fiber by end of this year, I would say, and or probably the beginning of next year. 10G backbone is also going to be important for these high bandwidth applications and long distance applications. And of course, oil and gas, where you have applications like pipeline monitoring or terminal monitoring. So this can be a very good sort of an application or an environment for the switch to be installed in, because first of all, there's a long distance communication. Second, you have both PoE and non-PoE devices like cameras which are monitoring this, and non-PoE devices also there. Then this is running 24/7, right? 24/7, 365 is what it's running, and then maintenance is also going to be tough when you look at these conditions. So these are some of the applications, and of course the final application is your power substation application. okay, because this particular device is also going to be, or rather is IEC 61850-3 certified, and the modules can be interchanged with our PT series switch as well. We have both low voltage and high voltage power supply options also, right? So these are some of the applications that I wanted to talk about and give you a brief introduction about the product. And so there are a lot of resources of this which is available on these websites, and I can share across this after the presentation, and you can download this. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to contact either Dynalog or Moxa, and we will be happy to provide the details. It has a microsite, there are product videos, there are product pages, and there's an application note. It's a very, very interesting application note. I would suggest you to download this as well. And so this comes to end of my part. So what I'm going to do now is hand it over to Abhay, my colleague, and he will take you through maybe the next 10 minutes on the MX or MX view and our MX config, and later he's going to show you a demo as well. Thank you for listening. I will still be around to do the closing. So over to you, Abhay. If you have any questions, you can please post it, and then we'll be happy to answer. Yeah.
Yeah, just a minute. I'm taking the control of the system.
Yeah, hi, Abhay.
Yeah, I don't have the control of the slides.
Please request for control. I can give you.
Okay. So I'll be covering the topic of the MX2, the introduction of our different products in that, the MXView, MX config, and MXView to go. So you can just go ahead. Just a minute. Okay. So what are the major challenges for the network management lifecycle? The first one is how efficiently we can configure multiple devices, or how efficiently we can monitor those devices, or how we can back up that configuration or the firmware requirement, and then how easily we can deploy all the firmware or new configuration that we develop. Also, how can, if there is an issue with the network, how can we troubleshoot the network? So Moxa provides a set of softwares that you can use to meet all of this requirement or meet all of this pain points, so that your network deployment as well as integration and maintenance is smooth as possible. Okay. Sorry, I have again lost control of the thing. Just a moment. Oh, yeah. So for the MX Studio, so in this we provide you the three softwares, that is the MX Config, the MXView, MXView to go, as well as the NSnap. The MXView, MXView to go is again a one single monitor or maintenance system. So MX Config is used for mass configuration deployment. That is, if you have multiple devices, that you have Moxa devices in one site and you want to configure them all and deploy them onto the location, so you can use this use the software to do that, as well as the operation maintenance for the MX View or MX View to go. It is more of monitoring and checking the configurations, and also about monitoring the status of the switch or health of the switch. And MX View to go is a more of a remote solution where you can take the remote of that device onto your cell phone and monitor the situation from a remote area, so that you do not have to be present at the location to get the information. To troubleshoot the network, we have the NSNAP software. The NSNAP software allows you to take a snapshot of the entire configuration of the network that you have deployed. And once the snapshot is available with you, if there is any problem in the future, you can simply take another snapshot, compare the snapshot, and it will tell you what was the difference between the first working deployment and second non-working deployment. Yeah. So to cover MXView into further, MXView will allow you to visualize the network, find the health of the network, or what is the availability of the devices. It will allow you to maintain all of this information on the software, where you can download and then you can use it as you can use it for some analytics or some predictive maintenance, or just to have a logs of all the events in your network. So the MXU to go will also create the real-time notification or your remote network status check. That is, you will have an app on your phone where you can connect to your network, and from there you can monitor all the situations and status of your entire network. So the interface of the device, which we'll be demonstrating in the next slide, is that it will be developed on it will be developed on based on a web-based GUI interface, where you can use any of your browser, that is a Chrome or Firefox or Internet Edge, Microsoft Internet Edge, to access the web GUI of the system. And if it is located in the network using the IP address of the system, also the GUI can be exported. It will be exported to that computer, so that you can monitor any of the network from any network computer, the NMS software provided the external authentication that is provided, like you have to give the username and password. So you can provide both on the laptop as well as on the client if it's connected into the same network. Okay. What is the use of having the NMS or the MXU system? So if any network issue happens, the MXU will get a notification from the network device, and the network device will then transmit a warning to the site engineer to go and rectify that issue. It can be via email or via messages, or it can be a notification on your phone using the MXU to go. So you will be getting a real-time monitoring of the situation, where it will be using SNMP protocol and other protocols to continuously monitor the switch health and switch availability. If there is a failure, or there is a link failure, or the switch, there is some kind of an issue with the switch, you will be immediately notified, and hence you will be able to take corrective action as soon as possible. As I told, the network event notification. So if any issue happens, you will have multiple options. You will have the ability to send an email, make a sound on the device, or, else get a notification on MXU Go. So if any issue happens, you will have multiple options. You will have the ability to send an email, make a sound on the device, or else get a notification on MXU Go. So Okay, so we also provide the web widget. Web widget means if you have your own HTTP or HTML based application that you're developing for the entire site, containing all the devices in the site, uh, uh, we can also provide our topology and our information system. That is our what is the current network architecture, as well as what are the connected devices and what are the status of the network error messages that have been generated. So you can use that, and you can import all the data onto your GUI, and you can get the information on your HTML or HTTP based application or web application. Okay, so we also provide the security features. In security features, we have the entire security configuration, and we will have allow you to evaluate the status of the switch as what security level it is, and we will also provide with in tangent with the MX config, will provide you the option to import that setting onto the MX config and allow MX config to upgrade your security settings so that your security level is better and your systems are more secure. Okay, so this is the same thing that I explained. It will allow you to more flexibility and network security, and it will also provide you the security status in a glance. So MXView also provides you the ability to maintain or monitor 2 to 3 sites at different locations. That is, if you are located in a different state or in different places all around India, we can use the multiple site system to enable you or your headquarters to monitor all of your separate sites, network status, and to see all the notifications from them. So we use the MXView multi-server system, where you will be given the server interface where you can just click on them, and you can then get the report or the network topology status from the different sites that is available to you. So this is the view from the system where you will get factor 1, factor 2, and you will be able to see the network status as well as the notifications that have been generated. Okay, so we'll just conclude the presentation for the MXView so that I can just go to the demo, as we have already been delayed. So I just go to the demo part of it.
Yeah, thanks, Abhay. So I will stop sharing my screen now. So Abhay is going to take you through the live demo of the MDS G4000 as well as the MXView.
So as you can see, we have the network architecture. So this is a live demo of the MXView, which is connected to our MDS switch, which is located in our Taiwan lab. So I will just show you the settings and what kind of features that we can provide on the MXView. By just clicking on the device, you can get all the information about the switch. That is, what is its port status and what is this information, what are the status of its, how much packets have been generated, what is the CPU status loading. And also, if there is any kind of a change in the network, you can see that there is an error notification that is given to this. You can drop the window down if you want more space for your large network over here. And another feature that I would like to show you is the feature to the MXView dashboard, which will give you more of an analytical system where you can see the availability of the system. You can see the different event highlights. Like today, we had some kind of a ICMP. That means some of the switches were not accessible. So you can just change which event you want to see, whether you want to see some link down or not. So you can see that yesterday and today we had some link down status. And also you can see the disk space utilization of the system as well as the event highlights. That means if there was a link down or the switch was not reachable or there was a restart from the switch. So you can select this and you can get the details as you need. Also, there will be multiple functions where I told you where we can integrate with the web GUI or web widget as well as the API function to gather the information that you may require. And you can set out all of this using this. And the main function is our wizard. If you click on our wizard, it will guide you through the entire process of setting up the network, creating the group, creating the SNM setting, and do all of the setting required so that you can get the final topology. You can get the final topology that you require, which is there in this network over here. So using that, even if you don't know anything, if you just by clicking wizard, it will guide you through the entire setting up process where you can just give it which IP addresses has to be monitored, and then it will import that IP addresses for you to check on your MXV. So now to give just a short demo about the web console. So we can just go to the tools. Open the web console. So this is the web console GUI login for the MDA switch. So I'm just give the password.
Abhay, please share your web console. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So this is the message that you'll get that you're logged into the system, and here you'll get that you have to change your security password so that you can get the information. So there is a security requirement in our switches where constantly, if you don't change the initial out of the box password of the device, then constantly will request you to give the password of the change the password of the device to maintain the security level of the switch or to maintain the network security, so that it shouldn't be accessible to everybody. And as Sandeep Prabhakar told, we have two options, that is the standard and the advanced. So we have the option of changing the mode over here, where you can do the standard advanced setting change. So usually we keep it as a standard. And you'll have all of our network panels here, where you can just see what is the port status and currently which ports are there, what are the LED status on your switch. So you can get the entire image of the switch. The CPU utilization of the switch, as well as different notifications or different notices, warnings, and critical notification of the switch. So you can just click on the event log and it will give you the entire listing, as you can see over here, which port were down and which port were up and everything else. Also, you'll get the interfaces error. Currently there is none. So interfaces utilization, again there is nothing as of now. And as you saw, you have the different functions. In these functions you can just type whichever you want, and just a minute. If you want to just check the VLAN, so you can simply get the function and you can configure it. Same is for the event logs, so that you can check again. And you can go to the diagnosis and check the system status to see the utilization, which shows the CPU utilization, it shows the CPU usage history. Currently there's nothing. The power consumption, and as well as the power rating history and memory utilization history. And also you can go to the port statistics, where you can see the statistics of all the ports by just clicking on the link. It will just take some time to open up, where you can see what are the different port parameters, or how much data each port has transmitted. So now if you're using one port to capture the data and one port to send out the same data, so if you want to check the two ports and to compare the two ports, what has happened, or have I lost some data or some other data is coming in which I am not sending from my system. We also provide you the data comparison function where you can just select any interface that you want to use, and you can give one anytime benchmark. We'll have multiple benchmark of the time that it's being used. You can select those times, and you can see that from 1-4 TS, the 1-4 TS RX has a higher number of higher number of ports. This is showing as a low one because my benchmark is 1-4. If I reverse it, you'll get a higher number. I'll just show that. So you can see that compared to 1-4, 1-1 has 70,000 more packets in it, RX packets in it, and total octets that it has been transmitted. So even the multicast packet, or whether there was a more broadcast packet or multicast packet or unicast packet, this is more into network operating and network diagnostics, or when you're deploying this network. So it makes it easier to visualize the network traffic and network utilization in the network. Also allows you to easily monitor the different parameters of the network. Also easily allows you to configure the network by automatically searching the system and finding the settings instead of trying to go through the settings, trying to find the required functions. So if you go back to the screen over here, you can see that when I logged in, it automatically told that I was successfully logged into the system. So anything happens on your switch, you can monitor the status on the MX view, allowing you to easily monitor all the functionality and the status. If there is a link down, you'll see it in red. If there is a failure of the switch, you'll see it over here. So all of these switches will be